What's up, fellas? We got the Stripe God here for you today. Come on, come on. If you're here to play the craziest, the strongest, the goofiest, dare I say, goomiest character in multiverses, this is exactly the place for you. Today, we're going to get through every little thing, going from a rundown of the character, perks, basic moveset, bread and butter combos, neutral game, and advanced combos towards the end. Alright, so first off, what you should know about Stripe is he is an assassin. He is fast. He's going to be all in your face. He's that type of character. If you like that, he's the perfect character for you. He also has some projectile. He has one projectile and a bomb that you can play around. So he's not just melee. You have options that you can use in neutral and whatnot. Basically, if you're looking to play a character that's just get in there, don't he's not projectile heavy. He's not, throw all of this across the map, sit back, that kind of thing. The only way you can play like that is with the saw that you'll see in the future in the video. All right, let's get going on perks. So let's do his main perk first. So obviously there's 5%, and then there's two other perks. He's the leader is a perk that works basically when he leaps off his teammates' projectiles. He leaps much farther than usual and gains a speed buff for a short duration. Now this you can always try using in 2s, but in 1s it doesn't really work that well. I wouldn't use this one. I wouldn't use this one at all, to be honest. In 2s you can mess around with it, but yeah. So Boom Boom Bounce. If Stripe launches himself with a dynamite into terrain, he will create another large explosion at his location. This can be gimmicky. I was using it for a while, and also with collateral damage it's good, but it's not as consistent as just going 5% boosted damage and dealt in defense. So if you want the most damage build, I would still just stick with 5%. But if you want to optimize using your TNT dynamite a lot more, this isn't a bad option as well. I used to use it a lot. I've been just running 5%. I think it's a little bit better and more consistent. Let's go on to this first set of perks. Now, there's kind of no questions to ask when it comes to this one. It's just kind of snowball effect. It's really just the only option. If you want to try to do that's flammable doc, this is basically if you hit someone after hitting them with the projectile, or if you melee someone after hitting them with a projectile, you'll ignite them. He only has one projectile, and you don't use it like you're not using it entirely too often. You can always try this one, but 7% damage boost all around, it's just the best thing to go. Now this is where it gets interesting. So in my opinion, the best option to go right now, collateral damage for sure. You deal 1 additional damage when you knock back enemies into terrain, and 3 additional when they tech. Now, a lot of Stripe's things, like his down air and his gun, will shoot them into terrain, and his TNT will shoot them into terrain. And something you'll notice is if you shoot people when in the air and they're going onto the ground, and you hit them also with a down air, they will automatically tech every time, and that's an extra 3 damage. So collateral damage stays as the best in my opinion for right now. 5% speed and increase in movement speed it's not a bad option. It's all right. You can go this. If you're just new, I would go it. Airwalker, basically the platform. If you just spot dodge in the air, you can do some tech with this. You can. It's definitely not as consistent as a collateral damage or I'll get to too fast to block, but it's not as consistent as those. It's really just if you're trying to cheese someone, I would use this option. Too fast to block dash attack, breaks armor. Now this is a pretty good perk if you're versing like a Superman, Jason, a Wonder Woman, something like that. It is a good perk to go because his dash attack it's slow, but it does a lot. It knocks back and kills people pretty early. So that's a good option against people with armor. Now, this is kind of another no questions asked. Melee attacks deal increased damage. Just go that, honestly. I've tried looking into these other ones. If an enemy dodges your melee attack, briefly gains some gray health. That can be decent. That one can be decent. But yeah. Armor Crush could be alright if you want to spam side air a lot and break people's armor. But nah. Melee attacks deal increased damage. It's a full damage build. This is my most used build right here. But I've tested a lot of other stuff, but I think this is the most consistent because at the end of the day, you just want to deal a lot of damage and do some work as Stripe, and I think this is the best all-around build. Let's go into the basic moveset next. So first off, basic moveset. The Buzzsaw. Take that saw, charge it up. You can charge it up if you'd like, and it basically just goes across just like that. Here, let me reset it for you. Let me edit the rolls. We're just going to do instant cooldowns just for the video's sake. So, Buzzsaw goes across like this, and it just keeps going on terrain for a given set duration. A lot of times what you're going to be doing with this isn't just this version. Because, number one, it's very slow. You're stuck in this animation for a while. It's not too great. It is what it is if you're far away. But at the end of the day, you're going to be going in the air and chucking it like that, and it sticks to terrain. Just like that. Also, what you can see with the Buzzsaw, every time you hit it, get it here for you. Every time you hit it, puts a target on it, and also it keeps the duration going. So, boom, 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 boom. See how it keeps going? Boom, 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 boom. As long as you're hitting that, it keeps going. In terms of the target on it, in terms of that target on it, you can shoot it. It's just gonna go right at him. In that case, if it's on a platform and you shoot it off, you can shoot it off that way. But I think it's a bad way to waste your gunshots, so a lot of times don't do it unless you really want to stall out the Buzzsaw. You can also use his Buzzsaw as an approaching option. So you can go like, boom, get in there right away. Obviously, this map, there's a platform right here. Engage that way. And if you hit it off of him, it just stays on there. See that? Now, a lot of people have options to just blow it out, like Superman, for example. He doesn't really care about it, but, you know, for those characters, it also makes them use an ability to take it away. So in that time, you can rush them down and start getting the business, you know? Alright, fellas, let's talk about what happens when you don't have Stripe's Saw. So, what happens here is you have a bite. Look at this munch. Now, it sends at like a diagonal going down, which can be good, but you're like almost never gonna be able to hit this because it's just a really quick attack and it doesn't have that big of a hitbox, to be honest. Like, you can try to short hop fast fall with it. I'm sure it's only really good, I think, when they're high percentage. But you're not going to be using this too much. You're just you're not really gonna be using it too much. If you would like to, you always can. I've been wanting to try to do this more, but it's just not as optimal to really throw out. But yeah, I just wanted to state that real quick before we go on to the next ability. Okay, so I've been switching the map up a little bit because I think it's just better all around experience. This is his dash attack. So yeah, this is like, it's pretty slow. That's the one thing about this ability, is it's kind of slow to actually come out. The start up on it. But if it does hit someone, it catches. It's a pretty good anti-air, and also it kills early. If you want to dash attack when they're at like 100%, just like that. You don't even need the gunshot after a lot of the time. But say that he was at like the middle of the stage. If he was over here, they would have killed. But yeah, there's the dash attack. Good kill option. All right, next up in Stripe's moveset is the basic jab. Basically, it's a 3-part combo. First part is swipe swipe. Second part, overhead swipe. And the fourth part is a munch. Now, to be honest, you're not going to be doing that munch part a lot. If you want to do it, I would say is off stage is the best option. If you want to throw them off stage to really get them out there, that's going to be the best option for you. But apart from that, let's talk about the regular jab itself. You're going to be using this as usually a 2-hit combo. Like, that's the 2-hit. The 1-hit, if you just press it once, just the swipe. You don't really do that too often. If you want to do the swipe, like that, it can work at lower percents. But we're not going to focus on combos too much right now. So that's the jab in it of itself. Let's get on to the next move, which is that right there, where he just kind of takes out a crossbow and hits the stereo. That's going to be his down attack. This move, it's a decent move because like you can jump back using this move, and not a lot of characters have something where they just have a jump back option, you know. They don't have that many options for that. So it's a good move in that sense, but it comes out really slow. So you have to like kind of predetermine if you're going to use this ability. Like if you think they're going to run in on you, hit them with that. Also, when you hit them with that, depending on where you hit them, it knocks them a little bit towards you. So you can be like this into this. Just for a little example. Again, we're not going to go into too many combos, but at least for right now. But this into this, just classic. But let's go on to the up attack ability. So for this one, this right here is one of his best moves. So apart from the jab, the up attack you're going to be using quite often. And it also has a second option. If you press it one more time, he does that leap right there. Now, to be honest, I don't do the leap too much because a lot of time, this is training, so like he's sitting still. You can DI out of that, or just like they can jump in at a weird position and it won't hit like at all. So a lot of times it's not good to use that one unless you know, like if they're stacked on you like that, where they're gonna be like right here on you, then that's a good time to use it, because what it does do is it kills early. So like if you can get away with a kill with that move, you always want to take it. Stop staying on the platform. I'm kidding. This shaggy bot's pissing me off. All right, so again, this move really good, and like combo it off of combo that thing off the jab, and that's your bread and butter right there. We're not even getting to the bread and butter, but basically what I'm saying is you already know 2 steps of his bread and butter. Now let's get on to his aerials. All right, so his neutral air, which is the buzzsaw, we already kind of went over. You can just jump, and you can actually go up with it, you can go down with it. Most of the times you're going to be going down with it just to throw it down on the stage. But if someone's coming in on you, like say they're coming in really high, throw that thing up there and then combo off of that. That's just one thing. But a lot of times you're going to be wanting to throw it on terrain like this. Keep that thing going, and then you can send it. So let's get on to his side air. His side air is phenomenal. It's probably might be his best move. It comes out really fast. You can hold it. It covers so much range. You're going to be using this thing a ton. This is like the best engage option on this character. Now you go in, you throw a buzzsaw, and you do that. Also, you can... we'll get to it, but you can jump off your buzzsaws and go even further, and you'd be like... You can cover a big distance with his side air. I would usually dash... I would jump dash side air a lot, and it covers a lot of distance. So, you're new to Stripe, use this ability a lot. This ability's one of the best, and like you can go like this and then start into a jab, something like that. It's a very friendly move, I would say, because it has a big hitbox. You can charge it up. Great move. Let's get on into down air. Now down air, another phenomenal move. Now this move covers so much space. Look at, you can like come in at any angle you want, slap them down. You can jump like, okay, you see how it kind of has like a stutter. It has a lasting kind of hitbox, and you can be on the ground and do it. You know, always hit them. This move's so good. Also, like, if you're ever coming down fast on someone, say you're up here, dodge down into one of those. Very nice. Very nice. Also, you'll see with the gun, the things you can do with that. But, so down air, phenomenal. Side air, down air, side air, down air. Really good moves. You'll be using them a lot. Alright, let's get into up air. Honestly, his aerials are really good. So his up air, munch. It's this munch right here. You can charge it up. You can fall down with it. So like, if you're trying to follow someone and you think they're gonna go down or they're gonna stay up in the air, you can fall down with it if they end up going down. It covers a lot of range. So, yeah, Stripe, his aerials, I think he excels in the most, but his jab into his up attack, phenomenal as well. His whole kit is pretty well rounded, really good. Not just by I am biased, but the reason I have been playing him so much and to this day enjoy him is because all of his moves feel so like fluid into each other. They smoothly go into each other. Like, not as many characters I feel like are like that in this game. I did feel like that with Raven, but anyways, let's get into his special attacks. Starting off the special attacks, I'm going to talk about his passive. His passive has to do with whenever you see that target right there. Basically, every time you melee attack someone, you can use his neutral special. Well, you can use his neutral special, which is the gun. And for this instance, let's turn off instant cooldowns, because if you have instant cooldowns on in training, it's gonna make your gun just keep shooting nonstop. It is funny, but usually he has 3 gunshots that he charges up, and you'll see them in the bar. But melee attack someone, bang, 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 just like that. And if you see here, if you look down there, see how long it charges? Now he only has 1. You can shoot it once. Never use this. I would say most times never use this ability if you don't have the target on him. It's not going to hit like anywhere. It's going to be pretty bad. So save your charges for when you can hit them like this. Perfect. This character just really flows like together combo wise. So honestly, a lot of the combos that I will get into, like, you can use them, and once you get down the bread and butter, you can start making stuff up as you play for the most part, because you'll notice a lot of things. You'll hit someone with a buzzsaw, you can get a free hit right after. You'll just see things really combo smoothly with this character. What I should say about his about the neutral special is it is a phenomenal last kill, like last hit option. When you finish off your combo and they're up there, if you shoot them with 3 shots, you can kill them pretty early. Like if you hit, the closer they are to that blast zone, like 80%, you can kill them that way with 3 gunshots. Also, let's get this guy off stage. Check that out. If you're above, it's based on where you're positioned, but if you're above Shaggy here, you'll shoot him down. Out of it, so I kind of show you, but boom, 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 boom. If he would have survived there, I would have shot him again down. His spiking and like gimping game off stage is really good with down air and gunshot. Let's go into the next ability, which is skateboard. You can charge it up. This blocks projectiles that come at you. You see that like kind of shield in front of him. You can do it like that. He's gonna have less speed. The more you charge it up, the more speed and distance he gets. While you're doing it, you can change direction too, but when you change direction, he doesn't block projectiles when he's doing that, and it doesn't have a hitbox if he's changing direction. Like you see, every time you hit the ability, when that shield goes down, the ability is not going through basically. So if you change direction, it's not going to hit him up, and this move gets punished a lot, I'll say. So use this sparingly. Don't just throw it out whenever. Sometimes when I miss, I'll just really try to hit him, because when you get out of this, it has so much like stun. It has so much ending lag. You can't do anything until then. They'll always get a free hit on you if you miss this ability, so don't use it too often. Let's get into his next ability, which is down special. Down special, he takes out dynamite, and if you wait out that time, he'll explode. You can change, like, you control the direction that you go. So when it's about to explode, or when you explode it yourself, because most of the time you'll do that, you want to change the direction. So boom, hit them down, hit them to the side, boom, 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 something like that. This option, I use dynamite as like tech / recovery. So if someone's being annoying spamming off stage, you know, we reset the dynamite. Someone's being annoying spamming off stage. Let's say in my last video, Agent Smith was shooting me at this ledge here. And what I ended up doing after versing him a couple games Let's take this, jump up, and then jump in on him. So that was one way you can use it, but most of the ways you'll use this, you'll go like combo extension. Also, if they're hitting you, you will, if it's about the timeout, it will still blast off and go through, so it will end their combo. It's another reason it can be very good. You can see the cooldown for this down there. You'll have 2 stored up. So I would say whenever you have one, go ahead and use it, to be honest, because it makes them be worried about when you're going to explode it. Because they know if they start comboing you, then it will end with an explosion, and then you'll be able to get some free gunshots off. Alright, let's go into up B, his recovery option. This ability right here, you can either aim it up, like that, aim it to the side. You're going to be aiming to the side most of the time unless they're right above you. They hit them. This ability, you can basically break projectiles with this. It doesn't care about most projectiles. There's only like a certain few that I think it cares about, which is, I believe Bugs is rocket now. I think it used to go through that. Bugs is rocket, no. Also, I believe Bugs is safe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you can go through that either. But most regular projectiles, you can actually just go through it and like jump off of it. And also allied projectiles, you'll be able to do this as well. So take for instance, if I throw a buzzsaw, see that? Jump right off of it and it'll put a target. Let's get that buzzsaw one more time. Every time you touch it, you kind of spin off and you can go further. All right, next we got Stripes side B in the air, side special. It's gonna be the chainsaw. You see how it kind of goes like a little curve. So you can use this. Don't just use it whenever. I like to use it as like movement. So if I'm off stage, I'm here, and like dodge out of it, fake them out, do something like that. You will end up hitting it sometimes if you use it. Like say they're about to do a move and you stop here and then you use it, you'll hit them. Or like Superman wants to have some armor and you hit him with this, or Jason wants to do an armor move and you'll hit him a bunch of times, so it'll break that. It's a decent move. Again, don't use it a lot, don't spam it a lot. You can fall with it, you can fast fall with it to change the direction. That can sometimes catch people off guard. If you're like here, say you're here, and then you just fast fall down. You can catch them with that, go a little this, a little bit of that, you know? It's a fun move. It's a fun move, but I wouldn't use it too often. Alright, let's get into Stripes neutral game. So in neutral, where basically he's over here, I'm over here. This is where like the first person makes the move, you know? I like to start with kind of something like throwing your saw. You can throw it up like that and have it kind of curve down, like loop down like this. So you can do stuff like that, throw it to that platform, and then boom, find and engage on them. Saw is really good in neutral. That's your main your tool to kind of get in on them, start getting hits down, something like that. Another good tool is if you just want to, you're good like this, they're also like this, and then out of nowhere you jump, dash forward, and side air like that. Is really fast. It'll catch people off guard. It's pretty cheese, but a lot of times, like you will get punished at times for doing that, but a lot of times it will catch people off guard because it's so fast. Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. You're just like jumping here, you're throwing your saw, this or that, and then you get like, boom. It's pretty quick. Okay, so let's just say he went for a side B, and I'm up in the air like this. Another good neutral, like an option for this, if he whiffs, hit him with a down air. And from this down air, you can get like a up attack. You can get a couple hits out of that. So down air. This kind of bleeds into bread and butter combos, with them whiffing, and you do a whiff punish on them. But yeah, neutral game. You can throw your dynamite, or throw your soul out and then have your dynamite. You can engage on them like that. You can do some wacky stuff with the dynamite. You can go like this, have that kind of engage angle. But let's get right into bread and butter combos now. Alright, so Stripe's main bread and butter combo, something you'll see me use a lot if you've watched any of my videos, or you see Stripe players. A lot of times they'll hit you with 2-part jab into up attack into up air. That is true right there. You'll get it every time. It's almost like never DI-able. You can't get out of it. Now if you went for like this, if they're DIing like left, they would have gotten out of that. So that's what I was saying earlier. Don't just use this version every time. I would always opt for this version. Because also wait for their dodge, start shooting them. That's where it gets a little advanced. But like when you wait for them to dodge after that, you can start shooting them, get a recovery, get a little side air, see what they do after, throw a buzzsaw at them. It all stems from this right here though. Because now you're in control. If they stay up there, act like you're gonna go, like run up there and say they spot dodge. And then you hit them with one of those, hit them with that. A lot of times with Stripe, there is times where you can just run them down. There is a lot of times you can just run them down like this, but none of this is true. It might look cool and whatnot, but people are gonna dodge out of that. It's not gonna be something that you can just go for. So what I would do, stick with this combo right here. Wait if they dodge. Go into that. They have to attack. They take an extra 3 damage. That's a lot of damage if you end up getting something like that off every time. And if they tech right there, most times they're like, what do I do? I gotta dodge to the side. You wait for that. Start hitting them again. Do that, and then like if I did an up air right there, that's a kill. But yeah, his bread and butter, I mean, do something like that. What I should add is, okay, let's kill him. Another part of Stripe's kit that you have to know in this bread and butter section is with the gunshots. Every time you can do it after a combo, do it. For the most part, unless you're like, next combo I can kill with it. So like that. It's just free damage. You want to use it almost every time. You know what I mean? Like, every time you have it up, use it. Unless it's like, look at his health, look at his health. He's at 86%. He's at 95% now. And let's let our gunshot fill up. Let's say we catch up. We catch him with an up attack. That right there is true. It'll kill him. So that's why your gun usage is important, but most of the time, if they're low percentage, just use it. Just use it. Just like that. If they're off stage and you have 3 gunshots available, See? But yeah, bread and butter with Stripe. And then what I would say is just freestyle what you think after that. It's basically like dodge reads. I mean, if you want to get into like every little perfect combo you can do, I mean, you can end up doing stuff like that, but it's just after playing them so much, I wouldn't learn all these. So this is my point with you're at the advanced combo section at this point. So my thing with the advanced combos, especially like Stripe, is you can learn something like this all you want with like one specific combo, but it's going to be very niche. But if you learn all bread and butter and follow-ups to them and dodge reads, you're going to learn your own kind of freestyle of combos. So my only advice to you is get down the basics, play it often enough that it becomes very fluent and very smooth for you. And then from there, start doing stuff like this. Now, that's not true again, but let's say they dodge in there. One of these, hit them with that. Wait for their dodge, shoot them down. Stuff like that. Like, you really want to wait out a lot of dodges with this character, and he's so good at punishing them. It's really just, I'm just showing you me freestyling. Because at the end of the day, if you want to mess around with Stripe a lot after you learn his bread and butter, you can just go and practice duel and just do this kind of stuff. Just before you play a game, just kind of get used to the follow-ups to certain moves, like up attack. You can do that, but I want to do that often, because up attack leads into nice bite. So you usually want to do the bite, but at the end of the day, that's gonna be it for this Stripe guide. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want like another actual in-depth advanced combo guide. Like, I can go through specific combos, but at the end of the day, I think this is what everyone needs. They don't need specific advanced combos when they first start playing him. They just need the bread and butters and seeing what the bread and butters can do after you start reading dodges and whatnot. That's gonna be it. Let me know what you think. I will be having a video, episode 4 of our rank series, trying to get rank 1 as Stripe, coming out tomorrow. So please check that out. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Waiting all around my pilot days, with a window seat till I decide to change. Take my time, cause I was always late. Drop my baggage off, was all the same.